My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge and at least once a day retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell. Well, you obviously have no interest in saving yourself.
Brad, for 14 years I've been a whore for the advertising industry. The only way I could save myself now is if I start firebombing.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Hello, and welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, where we are destroying cynicism at the box office. We got a great show for you today. My name's Matt Vieira.
I'm Adam Bernardino.
And I'm Sean Abernathy.
What's up, guys? What's new?
I can't wait to hear about Comic-Con.
It was pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what's new with me. I've got no other highlights to.
Yeah. So Adam and I went up to Boston Comic-Con last weekend. It was pretty cool. So hold on. First off, it's not actually a Comic-Con, right? Isn't Comic-Con a company? It's a con. Like it's a convention. It's known as the Boston Comic-Con because like I have a shirt that says Boston Comic-Con, but it's not like the company that does like San Diego Comic-Con. It's called Fan Expo, right?
Right. It's a different company. This company Fan Expo bought Boston Comic-Con.
Right. So, but it still operates as like there's like the San Diego Comic-Con, there's New York Comic-Con, there's Boston Comic-Con. It's still like it's like that. Right, it's all the same stuff. Yeah. I mean, I've never been. This is my first con. This was the first convention I've ever been to.
So is it possible the San Diego Comic-Con brings a Comic-Con to Boston and then they like feud?
No, I don't think they do that at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know.
Free market.
Because the world isn't WWE, Sean.
Well, also, I think there's not enough delineation where it's like people are just gonna like. I guess they would like the only way they'd actually compete is who gets better people. But listen. From the one thing that I've learned at Comic-Con, there's a fan for literally everything and every character.
Oh my God, there were like you could get any type of comic, movie, video game, anime, anything.
Like literally for anything, for any person, for any character, for like in any medium. Like I mean, yeah. They
were selling swords. They sold kilts. They sold like there were places with weird masks and steampunk attire.
That's
you know
cool.
what I mean? Like the goggles and the hats and all that gear. So like you could get whatever you wanted there. It's just called at this point. It's just called Comic-Con.
So Adam was talking about this guy. Well, there's a couple of vendors, but this one particular guy was selling swords from like, I mean, he had katanas like modeled after like Deadpool's, like in the X formation on the back. He had like the Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts, the video game. He had like the Master Sword from Zelda. He had like all the Final Fantasy swords that like the main characters, like those big, thick, like wide swords.
Cloud had this.
Yeah, exactly.
Energy sword.
What was it?
From Halo, the energy.
Oh yeah,
sword?
yeah. They had the energy sword. Oh, it was wild. This was wild stuff, and like it's ground zero for pop vinyls. If you like pop vinyls, go to one of these conventions.
You can get any pop vinyl you want.
I've
never seen so many pop. There must have been. Every booth had them, and there were
thousands. Every booth had thousands of pop vinyls. It wasn't like 20 or 30. Every booth had like thousands of them. There was probably like 100,000 pop vinyls in there.
There had to have been. I got a pretty sweet one. I'm psyched about.
Yeah, you got a pretty awesome Joker one. It's pretty cool. It's like it was like
those
completely overwhelming. Yeah, like those little pop vinyl things, like the one that we're giving away on Make Movies Great Again, Daenerys Targaryen, and on Average Nobodies. Check that out. But it was pretty cool. So I went on Friday, and Adam, we were both there on Friday, and then you went back on Saturday. So I just want to tell you guys a quick funny story about when I first showed up. I think I already told you today this story. So I was wearing my X-Men Wolverine shirt. It says X-Men, and it has Wolverine with his claws like flying out, and he's like doing like his like you know, Superman flying pose. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just walking the floor with Jen, and I'm like looking at this guy's booth. He has like comics for sale, and I was looking for a specific comic that I didn't get a certain variant that I wanted. That was like the only comic I had in my head that I really wanted, and I'm looking for it. And this guy comes up to me that was running the booth, and he's like, "Who's on your shirt?" And I'm like, "Listen, buddy, like, do we have to do this here?" I'm like, "It's Wolverine."
Yeah.
But that's not. I knew that's not what he meant
Yeah.
because obviously I would know it was Wolverine.
Yeah.
But he's like, "No. Who drew him?" And I'm like, "All right. Well, first of all, it's a screen printed T-shirt." And he's like, and I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "How'd you get in here?" I'm like, "Listen, guy, like, are you gonna do this to me?" I'm like,
Why did he ask you that?
So then I turned it on him. I don't know, because he was trying to give me a fucking hard time. It's like he's like the gatekeeper for Comic-Con Boston.
See if you're legit.
I guess, right, dude? Listen, come check out my receipts from Newbury Comics. I spend a lot of money here, so why don't you leave me the hell alone?
Oh, you found me out. I watch football and
like,
play
fucking
sports.
A. So anyway, so I'm like, so I turned it on him. I'm like, "All right, buddy, who drew him?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know, maybe Jim Lee." "Oh, are you gonna guess Jim Lee, the guy who's like the most prolific fucking color illustrator in Marvel history? Are you gonna guess Jim Lee? Because yeah, he's drew a few Wolverines in his day."
Yeah.
But then he was like, "Oh, maybe it's not. The claws are a little too thick." I'm like, "So you don't even know who drew him? Like, so why are you busting my balls?" Then this guy, this is how I knew. I was like, I am not in Kansas anymore. He just, in the middle of our conversation, just sticks his finger right up his nose, picks a huge booger, and wipes it down his shirt. It was so unbelievable that I thought he was doing it to prove a point. You know how like you do like a fake pick and then you wipe it on your shirt?
Yeah.
No, he was just legitimately like dislodging a booger from his nose and using his fucking shirt as a snot rag. It was wild. It was a wild move by this guy.
Can you describe the visual?
Okay. Okay, so you want to know what the visual is?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you this yet.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched The Simpsons? Do you know Comic Book Guy?
Yeah. Really?
In real life.
Wow.
Same guy. Ponytail, bald, with a little ponytail in the back, big fat guy. I'm, as fat guys go, I'm a fat guy as well. But you know what I mean. Like, he was Comic Book Guy, come to life. That's what he was. So...
That's what I pictured when you told me about it.
Yeah, that's it. And like when they joke around, and I don't know about you, Adam, but I've heard this like joke. It's like when you go to Comic-Con, it's like it just smells like BO. It absolutely
does.
Did.
It really?
Absolutely does.
It's bad.
Yeah.
They should sell deodorant. Like they not sell. They should give out
Like,
deodorant. When you walk in the door.
Do you know those like when you walk into a room that's like a door that's like it's open to the outside into a building that has air conditioner? They blow the fans straight down so the air doesn't cold air doesn't get out. It should just be Axe. It's like spray just like coming down as you walk in, just like dousing you. You know what they need? They need to hire the horn dog. They need to hire Derek to go in there with cologne and start spritzing people.
The Derek Jeter and Michael Jordan cologne.
Just walk around.
Or they can just like Derek can just chauffeur them to like to the place in his car, and they'll just smell like the air freshener. Adam, what was some cool shit that you saw there?
So you and I were together for most of the time on Friday, but on Saturday I went solo in the morning to try to get some autographs, and I saw more of the same stuff. I actually made my way over to a part of it called Artists Alley, where they had comic book artists. They had their own booths set up where you could, a handful of them were there. Not all of them were there because I was there at 9:30 in the morning. But a lot of them had signing times. But instead, they had, pre-signed prints or comics and stuff to buy. So I bought a print from one of my favorites, Greg Capullo. That I really like.
That's awesome.
I actually wanted to talk about what we did on Friday. First, the DC Metal panel. DC Metal, Sean, is a brand new comic book art coming out this summer, and it's basically Batman and pieces of the Justice League are going to come in and help at points, but Batman's greatest fears manifest themselves into alternate versions of himself. So
it's wild.
He fights a version of himself with the Flash's powers, a version of himself that's cyborg, a version of himself that has a Green Lantern ring, things like that.
They described it so
amazing.
Yeah, the panel they described it as like it's like this alternate reality, or it's like in his nightmare where he like for the Flash one he gets like too close to like he tries to get Speed Force powers, but he turns evil, and like so he's like evil Batman with Flash powers. And so there's all these different Batmans, and they showed like a PowerPoint presentation of like all the different characters that are going to be in the thing, and it looks wild. Adam, how good of a movie would DC Metal make?
It would be an incredible.
It'd be insane, like, because the implications of all the stuff that could happen. I don't know. It's gonna be nuts.
How do you defeat a Batman that has actual superpowers?
You call real Batman, regular Batman,
because he has a plan for it.
He has a plan for it.
Got a plan.
He's got a plan. So I don't know.
Matt, I don't know if you noticed this. I picked up on it. Like the guys in the panel were good, right? But I just feel like they kept saying how awesome and crazy and amazing and insane, like using words like that to describe it, but didn't really tell us anything. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like they don't want to spoil anything, and they're out here doing this panel. But when they called Scott Snyder, who's like the head, the point man on this DC Metal storyline, and my personal favorite comic book writer, and he was just like on another level of talking about it because he was able to tell us so much without giving anything away.
Yeah.
And you could tell like how passionate he was and how how long he's been working on this. So that was cool to hear.
Yeah, that was really awesome. That was a really cool panel. And Josh Williamson, he writes the Flash comics that are happening right now, the Rebirth ones, which are some of my favorite, besides the regular Batman line, is some of my favorite books that I'm reading right now is The Flash. So that was cool to see him there as well. That was really cool. And then, of course, we went later on and we saw Jay and Silent Bob do a podcast, which is fucking awesome. They were hilarious. They do this podcast together, him and Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. They do a podcast called Jay and Silent Bob Get Old. And basically the whole reason why they created this podcast around 7 years ago was just to keep Jay clean, because he was had a bad heroin problem and a lot of drug issues.
Really?
And so they're doing this so to keep him on task to stay sober. But it's just like a regular conversation. They're like best friends. So they'll just have a regular conversation. Then towards the end, they do some funny games, and then he reads out of a book how many days he's been sober. And it was Adam, it was 7 years and 40 days or something when we were there.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
7 years.
something like that. So it's funny. And they do this little thing at the end called "Let Us Fuck," and
Oh my God.
they come up with fake sex positions, and then Jay goes in back and with people from the audience, and one at a time they go in back and rehearse it, and then they come out and do what the name would be. It's hilarious. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah.
Their names that Jason Mewes came up with, and one of them was getting a blowjob in Harvard Yard, and they were locally themed.
Yeah. Most of them not clever, but fucking hilarious anyway.
Yeah, and then the one of the cool parts was they talked about they're doing another Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Yeah.
Called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and they read a scene from it, and it was first of all it was hysterical.
Yeah.
Basically, Kevin Smith explained to us that it's the Jay and Silent Bob's funny take on reboots and remakes and this and that, and it's a reboot. It's basically they're made the same movie. They're making the same movie as before.
It's they have to go back to Hollywood to stop Blunt Man and Chronic from being rebooted. Have you seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
So it's the same movie. So they're making a movie making fun of reboots and sequels and remakes while making a remake, while making a reboot remake. So, and they, like Adam said, they read a line from it that included, what is the actor's name? Shit. He's in Chasing Amy.
It's Jason. It's also Jason.
Yeah. The hell is his name? He's in Mallrats. He's one of the main characters in Mallrats. I forget his name, but he's in all Kevin Smith's movies, most of Kevin Smith's movies, and he's the dick that shows up in movies and Clerks too. I love how he makes all his movies in the same universe. That's always funny. But
I'm always a sucker for that.
So they did and he was usually Kevin Smith's pretty fast and loose about people recording at his podcast and whatnot, but he made it a point to be don't record this. We're testing out the material. It's for the movie. Yeah, it was funny though. Anyway, so Boston Comic Con was fucking sweet. I bought a couple prints as well. It was pretty awesome. So,
I'm trying to look up this guy's name because it's gonna kill me.
Yeah,
his name is also Jason.
He's from home. Look up Chasing Amy.
I am, and I can't find a Jason.
It's not Jason.
It's not Bob, and I can't find him.
It's he's Holden.
Jason Lee.
Yeah, Jason Lee.
Oh yeah, Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean, it was a great time when it rolls around again. You'll definitely have to join us. I got a guy outside.
Dude, we got a guy who hooked us up. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Round of applause for Jen.
Yeah.
Jen, nice job. And I tell Jen I'm sorry that guy who also picked his nose in front of me made that weird comment about her feet. That was odd.
Oh, didn't
Yeah.
hear that part of the story.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
know about that.
I forgot about that. I told you about that. Anyway, he was a fucking weirdo.
I don't even know why I want to hear this. I don't think I
All right, let's get into trailers of the week. This week's trailer of the week is pretty exciting. This came out sometime last week, right, Adam? I mean, we just all watched it yesterday, but I saw it that it came out a couple days ago, maybe.
So yesterday I was watching the trailer, the new Defenders trailer, and
Yes.
this one just played right after it, and I was like, just kept watching it. So that's how I knew, that's how I knew I was interested in it. I thought it was a great trailer.
We got a horror fan.
The movie is.
I think we got The
movie is called Monster Project.
Yes.
And it's filmed hand cam style, and it's about a group of kids, young people.
Yeah.
Who want to make a fake ghost story movie, but in a stunning turn of events, it turns into a real ghost movie. Or somebody help me out here.
Yeah, no, so they think they're making a fake documentary on monsters, and it ends up being that they hire, or it seems like the people they bring in to interview are actually real monsters. Real monsters.
I just feel like the person who wrote this movie had a bad experience on Craigslist because they put a Craigslist ad out, and then all these weirdos show up and they try to kill them.
That's what happens when you do Craigslist stuff. Trust me.
Hey, Adam, are you all right?
Why?
It sounded like you just fell on the side of a mountain.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just sitting here.
What's Chase doing?
He's sleeping.
All right.
He's a sleepy boy.
I'm surprised you like this movie, Adam, that you want to see it. I'm surprised you want to see it.
See, but Adam, you're a big found footage guy, aren't you?
I don't know if I'm a big found footage guy. It interests me.
That's upset of the century.
Yeah, I thought you were big because I thought you were a big Cloverfield guy.
Oh yeah, I love Cloverfield, but that movie, The Last Exorcism, that movie stuck with me, and that's a found footage movie. That movie stuck with me.
Well, also Blair Witch Project
You know what?
is
Actually,
the
I am
grandfather.
a found footage guy.
Yeah, see, you are a found footage guy.
That movie Chronicle.
Yeah,
is a
exactly. Yeah.
movie.
I knew there was another one.
Does this look a little too first person shooter gaming to you? I get it. They're they have probably head cams on or whatever, but then there's parts of the trailer where they're stabbing somebody or fighting somebody.
It looked like Doom. It looked like the movie Doom.
Yeah.
With The Rock.
Or what was that movie that came out? It was Hazard. It was shot.
Biohazard.
No, it was shot in all first person.
Wait, is that the one with they're locked in? They have to the quarantine.
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
Oh, Hardcore Henry. Yeah. That's with what's the guy from
District 9.
Yes, yeah, and Chappie and all those ones. Yeah,
Right.
what the hell's his name? And he was in Free Fire with Brie Larson.
Charlton Copley.
Yes, very good.
That's a hell of a name.
That's some quick.
Right?
That's some quick work by you over there. Adam. That's pretty
Oh, I
good.
knew it. He's from South Africa.
Yeah,
South Africa.
that's a great
South
accent.
Africa.
I like him a lot. He's really good in District 9, and he's a badass in Elysium.
The A-Team. Oh.
Oh, and that's right. He's
He's in the
Face.
A-Team,
He's
that's
Face,
right.
right? Face is
No, Face is
Bradley Cooper. No, who? Yeah, Murdoch. Right? Murdoch is his character. Face is Bradley Cooper.
He's not Face. He's not Mr. T. And he's
No.
not. He's not.
Who's
whatever.
Liam Neeson? What the hell's Liam Neeson's character? The fuck is the A-Team? Why am I fucking this
I've
up?
never seen it. I just know he was in it.
Anyway, we're getting way off topic.
We are. Way off.
But Monster Project looks good. I will see this. Sean, I will answer your query if it looked too first persony. I think that they're in this one. They're really embracing the low budget paranormal TV show thing. You know, the ones where they show the people's faces and the chest cams. They're really embracing that and trying to play up that. So
yeah, I think you're right.
And honestly, in a movie like this, it probably gives them a little bit of freedom because in a traditional found footage movie, This footage is people like, recording off of old video cameras or whatever. In this, they are actually recording a TV show. So there's a lot of coverage. There's a lot of cameras flying. So it might give them some like interesting additional resources to work with when telling the story. Absolutely. So it could be good. And honestly, it's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be wild to see all these monsters running around in this scary ass place. My question is, why do they need to interview like said monsters and or about monsters in this place? Right? It's like a haunted place or something.
Just go to some library.
Yeah.
Like
so they're
open...
Yeah. So I don't know. So I guess like more of the plot needs to be revealed to me, but I will probably see it.
I'm just surprised that Adam wants to see this movie.
Adam, I think you're changing.
Well, I'm back on the fence about seeing it. That movie's gonna be really scary.
It's gonna be really scary.
Actually, I wanted to say, is that a movie we should all see together?
I think we should all see it together. That way we can tell for a fact.
Right in the middle of the day.
Okay, fine.
No, Friday night we'll come up to Boston.
Hey, it's gonna be out for Halloween, right? We should see it on Halloween.
Full moon.
We should all see it together. That way we can see if any of us close our eyes.
I didn't watch the movie. I was looking at your eyes.
What?
I'm gonna get a pair of the Yeezy sunglasses and wear them to the movie theater.
Perfect.
So it's easier for me to hide.
September 8th.
September 8th. It comes
That's when it comes out.
Yeah, we should see it.
Busy. I got a thing to do.
Yeah, all right. All right. Let's move on to Sean's tagline game. Patent pending. Play it. Play the transition. There we go. All right. One more time. All right.
We'll edit that out.
Let's go on. Let's go.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready.
You remember the rules?
You're going down, Sean.
Actually, I think I gave you some easy ones today.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying that now?
Well,
'Cause I'm ready. I'm bringing my A game.
All right. Well, I'll start off. Here we go. You ready, Adam?
Yep.
Remember the rules?
Sure.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water.
Jaws.
Adam?
Just 2. Sorry, I'm shouting them out here.
Adam?
Deep Blue Sea.
Jaws 2.
It's Jaws 2?
Yeah, you said Jaws first.
I didn't say Jaws first, but it makes sense back in the water.
Exactly. I was hoping to get you.
I didn't say Jaws 2 because Matt said Jaws 2.
Oh, but you wanted to?
I did.
You're the opposite of a sheep.
It's a lemming.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
The list is life.
Say it again. You broke up.
This is easy. The list is life.
Is that bucket list?
The list is life.
Oh, wait. No, it's Schindler's List. Is it Schindler's List?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Too slow, Adam.
The list is life.
Bucket list was good.
Depressed.
That's a good.
Right, I don't think that's even the name of the movie. Is that the name of the movie?
The Bucket List.
The Bucket List. Oh, with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson?
Yes, Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
An epic of miniature proportions. There's no way you get this.
An epic... Oh, is it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Adam?
Lego Movie.
A Bug's Life.
Shit. I was on the right course, I guess.
I guess. I was kind of thinking you guys would say Toy Soldiers or something.
Toy Soldiers.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, Small Soldiers.
Sorry. All right, you ready? You won't believe your eye. I'll repeat. You won't believe your eye.
You won't believe your eye.
Eye.
Monsters, Inc.?
Adam?
You won't believe your eye.
I don't know. The Goonies.
Monsters, Inc.
Is it really?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
shit.
That was a good guess.
Oh, shit.
I didn't think you'd get that one.
I would have never thought that.
All right,
I guess
here's
I would.
another one. Love is in the hair.
Love is in the hair.
Love is in the hair.
Love is... Ooh. Ooh. Love is in the hair. Is this... Tangled?
Adam?
I have no idea.
Got you stumped, don't I, Adam?
I'm terrible at this.
It's tough. I have the answers in front of me. There's no way I could do it. There's something about Mary.
Is hair?
Ah.
Oh, never mind.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe is hair H-A-R-E? Is it some sort of
Rabbit?
rabbit movie?
That would have been like double entendre.
Double entendre.
All right,
Double
last
entendre.
one. You ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
The classic story about a boy and his mother.
Oh, that's gonna be
What?
it's a fucking weird TV show right now, but it's
Terminator 2.
that should be it.
The classic story.
No, it's what's the TV show that's out now with Kathy Bates? No, Bates Motel. That's a TV show. What the fuck? It's a movie though too.
Very good, Matt.
Is it Bates Motel?
Psycho.
Psycho. Yeah.
Wow, is
Psycho,
that the
Psycho.
tagline for that show?
No, but I know the story. I know the movie. I don't know why I couldn't think
I
of
thought
the
that was a tricky
couldn't
one.
think of the name. Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Dude nailed it.
Nailed
That was very
it.
impressive. Matt, I think you got like.
Wait, no. This is my when I do well.
And his name is John Cena. And his name is.
I don't like this program. Every time I unclick one that I played, it plays
plays it
the
again.
first 2 seconds of it again.
Oh man! Wow. Well, you did well.
All right, let's move on to.
Is this good or bad?
So we found out that the Joss Whedon reshoots of the Justice League are primarily to adjust Cyborg's tone. What do we think about this? Is this good or is this bad?
I have to know what it means by tone.
I nobody knows. So that's but all right. So let's throw out a scenario.
Okay.
Say
Well,
say Cyborg was too serious. Do you think it's enough to go back and just do reshoots to fix his tone to like fix the rest of the movie? And I'll make it larger. Is it enough to change any one character's tone in the Justice League to fix something that they think is a problem?
Matt, actually, the Justice League news that I had seen this week that they were going back and reshooting because it was quote unquote unwatchable.
What?
Whoa.
I didn't see.
So all right,
anything.
so that might be might be tied to like what like it's unwatchable, but they went back and did reshoots because it was unwatchable.
I don't know. That's what this article was alluding to, but
Jesus.
the article also said it's just a rumor. So I don't believe any of this fucking bullshit. It's all just clickbait to get us pissed off.
Yeah, I know that what I got
The
this.
goddamn Marvel Disney movie machine dragging DC to the ground. I'm going on a crusade.
I know for a fact that when they interviewed Josh Whedon, I don't know about the unwatchableness of it, but when they interviewed Josh Whedon, he talked about the scenes being primarily scenes that Cyborg is in and to adjust his tone in the movie.
So just to go along with our segment here, I think this is a bad sign.
It's a bad sign.
I think it's bad.
That's what I'm getting at.
I mean, is he too robot, not enough human? And like he's just unsympathetic and the character sucks, I don't know.
I don't know. And you know what sucks too about reshooting Cyborg scenes? That's fucking difficult. Because
Yeah.
he's 99% CGI.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Is that a fact or are you just
Well, I
pulling a
mean,
number?
look. Have you seen his costume? His
Yeah,
costume is. I mean, you can see through him.
Yeah, the only piece of human on him is like the right side of his face.
I think about like Adam, you and I, we shot something last weekend. If I'm looking through the footage and I'm editing it and I'm thinking like I should do a reshoot here, that makes me want to die. I can't imagine a movie that's hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I gotta be honest with you, my expectations for this movie, not very high right now.
I'm still very, very excited to see it. Like super excited to see it. I hate all this shit that's coming out about it. I hate that like it's gonna get right now. This is not good for its momentum. None of this is good for its momentum.
It's constantly getting dogged.
Yeah.
At like it seems like it's once a week. It's something comes out where, the set is in shambles or Ben Affleck's not going to be Batman anymore this or it seems like it's a new thing every week. Like it even went as far as Billy Crudup being taken out as the Flash's dad, but like that's not true. He's still the Flash's dad in the movie.
There's just a lot. I think it's like when a movie that like takes this long to be developed, like now, like these superhero movies, when they go, because there's so many high-profile characters in them, like there's a microscope that gets put over it. If you look at movie websites, if you search movie news, the first 3 websites, like just movie news gathering websites, I'd say if you're seeing 10 items on the first page, 8 of those 10 items are something about a superhero movie being developed. So it gets put under a microscope, and shit like this happens. It's like what, and then another thing that like comes with this is like, you know, it started with Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder had that horrible, you know, happening with his daughter, and now Joss Whedon's taking over, and so it's like, you know, I mean that's nobody's fault. That just has to happen. Like Zack Snyder wasn't kicked out of it, but then you look back and like you see like the failed attempts at the reshoots for Suicide Squad. I'm saying failed attempts in quotes because I still a little bit enjoy that movie, Suicide Squad. I didn't think it was as bad as people made it out to be.
Yeah.
But now you have this, and like people, it's gonna destroy its momentum going into opening weekend. I think it's still gonna do well, like financially, because it has the dedicated fan base now, especially after Wonder Woman being so good.
That's it. Wonder Woman's gonna save everybody. She's gonna save the DC universe. She's gonna save us, and then gonna save Ben Affleck.
She's gonna yes, absolutely. She's gonna direct the Flash movie.
Yep.
Everybody forgets that. It's gonna be like break the fourth wall, and she's gonna direct the Flash movie.
Yes.
So I'm all into that.
It's funny though how I feel like I don't feel confident this is gonna be a good movie, but when I have a movie overhyped, I feel like it's the opposite effect.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a bad movie. Like I don't know. You don't want to overhype a movie, but when a movie gets,
I'm trying to understand.
Maybe. Okay, remember when I just said, I have low expectations for this movie.
Yes.
Maybe I walk in and I love it because I had such low expectations.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a bell curve. Yeah. I think there's like a movie gets hyped up, and you get so excited for it, and you reach that pinnacle of like hypeness, and then you go see it, and it's gonna let you down probably because you're so hyped to see it.
Yeah.
But then I think it gets so overhyped, and like then it starts getting like overhyped to the point where like it's starting to like this type of stuff starts happening where like you know bad stuff starts coming out, and you start falling off the other side of the bell curve, and you're like, okay, the expectations get lower, but not because you're trying to keep them low. They're low because they've been overhyped and like being tore down. So that and then it surprises you. So hopefully it's that.
I mean, I'll see it in theaters. So
yeah. Anyway, all right, let's move on to movie news. You son of a bitch.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
All right, movie news. We got to start off to a real awful one. A stunt driver has died on the set of Deadpool 2, which is currently shooting in Vancouver. Witnesses told Canadian television news the stunt person appeared to lose control of the motorcycle, which drove offset and crashed through the window of a skyscraper across the street. Like obviously not the tall part of the skyscraper, like the base of it. And she died on set there. And Ryan Reynolds put out a pretty heartfelt thing. They're shutting down shooting for a couple days. Because of this, so that's awful, and especially like you don't want to see this happen, especially with a movie that a sequel to like a movie that was so well received and like there was so much love put into it and things like that. And so I'm sure that this stunt woman was in Deadpool 1 as well, and like because they brought back a lot of the same characters. And,
yeah, they lost part of the family basically.
Yeah, that's what Ryan Reynolds was saying. So that's terrible.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah, Adam, what's up next? Bring us back from the edge.
So yes, that is very sad news, and it's the second one this summer. If you add in the Walking Dead incident.
Oh right, yeah.
I didn't mean to pile on, but I
don't remember the Walking Dead incident.
That was the loaded gun one, right?
Oh.
I don't know if it was a loaded gun. I thought he fell.
Oh well, there was another one though recently too. There was a loaded gun incident, right? Where it was supposed to be a
I think Adam was explaining that incident. But I don't think
that was Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah, that was Bruce Lee's son.
Oh, never mind.
That was a while ago.
Okay.
But anyways, on to more movie news. So I saw this week that DC's Flashpoint movie could be a type of bridge movie to elaborate on multiple character storylines between Justice League 1 and 2. And this is my thought here. It seems like a decent idea depending on how well received Justice League is and, Aquaman and eventually the Batman. But it seems like a good idea. You can fit more story with more characters into a bridge movie like Civil War, because Civil War was basically the Avengers 2.5.
Yeah. Do you think it brings in? Do you think that the Flash movie could change a lot of stuff that happens in the second Justice League movie? Like, could it change timelines? Is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah, it could change. It could change timelines, or yeah, it could change timelines. I did see one article about like it could, quote unquote, fix things from the DC movie. Like it could fix how much destruction was done by Zod's invasion. It could fix, because people didn't like the amount of destruction from the invasion because we're really just fucking picking at everything in movies now. Nobody bat an eyelash at the Avengers destruction in New York City.
Wait, people actually
happens in Metropolis, fake city, and everybody's freaking out.
People actually, like, audience members complained there was too much destruction.
Yeah, destruction of the city.
These aren't like people like extras in the movie.
No.
We're talking about real humans that went to a movie.
Yes.
And they're not complaining.
Yeah.
We're complaining about how many innocent people died.
I think that's an interesting point, saying how they could fix some things, considering that like the Flashpoint story arc, the whole reason it happens is because Barry Allen goes back in time to save his mom. So if he tries to go back to like fix other things and like shit starts, coming unraveled, that would be very interesting. Another reason why that this Flash movie is going to be fucking amazing, or could be amazing, if only they could get a little more
directors.
Yeah, directors, like a director.
Another interesting thing I saw was that the Flashpoint movie, this is another from the same article, like an optimistic article of what something it could do, is bring Jason Todd back to life. So that could feed into the Batman trilogy, which would be awesome. That
makes a lot of sense because they teased Jason Todd in Batman v Superman.
They do,
and with the costume. Or I get right. I assume right. We assume that's Jason Todd.
Yeah, that's Jason Todd because it's jokes on you or whatever it was that the Joker wrote on the costume after he beat him to death with a crowbar.
Right. Yes. So that makes a ton of sense. That makes a lot of sense, and that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it was stuff like that. I like the idea of it being a bridge movie. I think it opens up a lot also because I've also heard that we'll get to see Flash and Cyborg's origins in Justice League, so the Flash and Cyborg movies won't need to be origin movies.
Cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
What's this next piece here about my boyfriend, Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, so I just found this out, and just so you know, we're going to be going with the new pronunciation of this word. Paramount Pictures has landed the Da Vinci biopic. We're going with biopic. Remember, everybody.
Who says biopic?
We say biopic.
Oh, okay.
Biopic sucks. It's biopic.
Right, if it's biopic, you need a dash in between.
It's not biopic.
Right. That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Exactly. You're right, Sean. Yes. He's on board. I thought you were not agreeing with us.
No. If there's a dash in between, I'd say biopic.
But anyway, so Paramount Pictures landed the Da Vinci biopic. It's based on Walter Isaacson's book, Leonardo da Vinci. It's pretty, it's going to be starring Leonardo DiCaprio. And Isaacson also wrote Steve Jobs, the book, which was adapted into a film by Danny Boyle, starring
Michael Fassbender.
Your boy, Michael Fassbender. And
your second boyfriend.
That is, I think, I've seen the Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs movie, and I've seen that one, the one with Fassbender. Yeah. I think Fassbender is the far superior movie. It's done much better. I love the way it's done. So I really hope that they're gonna, Walter Isaacson seemed like he did a pretty good job writing the Steve Jobs book, and I think that if it kind of goes in that same style, I know it won't be Danny Boyle, but
I mean, I feel like Leo's parents would agree with me when I say that this was the role he was born for.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Leonardo da Vinci.
I mean,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
He was born to play this role. That's all I'm saying.
So. That should be pretty cool. Leonardo da Vinci, of course, one of the greatest minds of the human
human race.
Yeah, the human race.
You were on the right track,
right? So, anyway,
invented the helicopter.
He invented the helicopter?
Well, he sketched it out.
Okay,
which is absurd.
Yeah, I sketched out jetpacks too. So when they become made, will I be right?
Wow, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
Did we just tear down Leonardo da Vinci?
I think he
after we
destroyed
just
his entire legacy. I think he just destroyed his
You
entire
didn't make that
legacy.
shit. Get the fuck out of here, Leonardo da Vinci, with your
I think that's the title of our podcast.
your sketching bullshit. What? Get the fuck out of here.
Leonardo da who?
Fraud.
Yeah, fraud.
My column. My podcast. Next up, Warner Bros. Pictures has revealed our first look as Olivia Cook as Artemis in Ready Player One. So I put a picture right there for you guys. You can see that. We'll also, you can search it online, but it'll also be on our Twitter account. I'll throw it up there as well.
I can't wait to see this movie, and I'm psyched that they released this image. But I think it's no, actually, I was gonna say I think it's weird because they don't actually meet until the end of the book.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, they interact the entire time in the Oasis, this virtual reality, but it's just their avatars. So you don't know if they don't know if this is what each other actually looks like.
Yeah. So now I'm still like, you have that picture of his character, what he looks like right there, in his little van with the virtual reality mask on. So you kind of have an idea that this is what he looks like in the real world, not in the Oasis. And same thing with her. She has her virtual reality goggles on in this photo. So that's what she looks like. So you're right. This is, I mean, unless this is way towards the end, which it doesn't look like it, right?
It could be.
I mean, from what I gathered in the book, it seems like this is not that. I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but you know what I mean, right? I mean, you get what I'm laying down. But anyway, pretty excited. I'm pretty fucking excited about this movie. I'm very, very excited about this movie.
I need a real deal trailer.
Yes.
Not the teaser. I need a real deal trailer.
I need a plot trailer.
Get the going.
Yeah.
Why do you need a plot trailer?
I need a plot trailer.
You know the plot.
I know the plot. That's why I need it. I need to see it. I need more of the actors talking. I need less of like all this like they're really trying to draw people in with that first trailer with like, you know, Freddy Krueger and the Iron Giant and like all that stuff. But I want to see more of like, I want people to know like what the movie is about. Like the hunt for the what do they call that? What are the hunt for the Easter eggs?
Easter eggs.
Yeah. So. Next up, the new Terminator movie. That's right, a new Terminator movie is being helmed by Tim Miller and godfathered in quotes.
Whoa.
This is what James Cameron calls himself. He's calling himself the godfather of this next movie, of this next Terminator, which is being Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's right, Arnold confirmed that it will be start filming next March. So March 2018 is going to start filming. What they're going with this movie, and this is very interesting. They're going with why the T-800 looks and sounds like it does. Like, why it looks and sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So basically, Arnold's going to play an old man that was
the prototype for the thing. I mean, that's what it sounds like, right? But this is actually really funny because, Adam, and I don't know if you saw this news, but there's a deleted scene from Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines that actually does a funny... Did you see this, Adam?
No.
It does this funny, and I gotta look back on my DVD now to see if it's there, because apparently it's like not hidden, but it's like, I don't know if it's on my DVD or not. It's a scene where they show a video of like them first selling the T-800s through Skynet as like this like defense force and all this stuff, and then it's a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger, a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger as the prototype guy who got designed around it, and he has like this weird funny accent that's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's clearly dubbed over, and they're in a meeting. This like board of directors is in a meeting, like deciding on like what this video should look like to go out to the public. Yeah. And one of the guys turns around and goes, "I love it. I hate the accent though." And another guy at the table turns around and says, "We can change that, but it sounds just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's dubbed over his voice."
Oh,
so yeah, it's fucking wild. You guys should check it out. It's crazy. So search up. It's like Colonel Candy is the guy's name, but search like Terminator 3 Candy deleted scene and look it up.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so everybody out there, check that out. So anyway, so it's funny because James Cameron's basically saying, he's like, we need to see a movie of like why the Terminator looks like he does and sounds like he does, but he like totally, the article says how he totally like blanked over like in the third one they had a scene that they cut out that actually had that. It's like, so thought that was funny. I'm pretty excited about this. They kind of like I haven't seen Genesis, so I can't say that they missed the mark, but a lot of people didn't like that movie. You know, but a lot of people are stupid, so we'll see.
I liked it.
I know you liked it. I still have to see it.
Was that the one with Bale?
No. Though I actually really like the one with Bale as well, but this is the one with Daenerys.
I didn't see Genesis.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, it's not that I didn't like Genesis, but it's probably the fourth best one. You know what I mean?
What are your all of them? Wait, so did you not like Salvation?
No, I liked Salvation.
Oh, I like Salvation too. Yeah.
I liked the only one I didn't like was 3. But
yes.
1, 2, Salvation, and Genesis, I all liked.
Yes, I thought Salvation was really good. I thought it was severely underrated as a Terminator movie. I liked Bale in it, and who was the other guy? The guy who was like the half machine.
Oh, Sam Worthington from Avatar.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was. I liked that. I liked that angle a lot. So that was cool. So anyway, so you guys should definitely check that out. The deleted scene, Colonel Candy, Terminator 3 deleted scene. Look it up. It's hilarious. So let's get into the next thing. What are we watching? What are you guys watching? Sean, what are you watching?
I actually ended up seeing Dunkirk this week.
Excellent. What'd you think?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. What'd you think about the style?
It was good. First of all, it was like hour and 45 minutes of nonstop losing my breath.
It was, and that's Chris Nolan's shortest movie to date.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, certainly didn't feel like it. Adam, have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I gotta get there.
You haven't seen it, Adam?
No.
Oh shit, you got to see it, and you got to get to see it in IMAX if you still can. Got to.
Yeah.
I know you didn't see it.
I didn't see it in IMAX, and I did enjoy it, and I thought it was worth it, but definitely go IMAX.
It's not saying you wouldn't enjoy it,
right.
Not in IMAX, but I saw it in IMAX. It was breathtaking.
It was good. A lot of things were like, I mean, it was basically an hour and 45 minutes of the opening sequence of Saving Private Ryan. I mean, there was no down point. It's crazy. It's a crazy movie. I don't want to give away too much, but the way they tell the story with non-linear plot was admittedly confusing for me at first, but thankfully my trusty movie co-watcher Molly straightened it out for me mid-movie. So
excellent. Good
she helped me out, and I enjoyed it more after that. I do want to see it again though, because I kind of ended up just kind of losing myself in the scenery and the cinematography as opposed to character development, things like that, which I'm not entirely sure there's a lot of, but I don't think that's what the movie was about. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, I think you're right, but also it's kind of. I think it's like one of those movies where it's like you forgive them for no character, like very limited character development. 'Cause it's not that.
Yeah,
it's not that story. You know,
they're trying to more invoke emotion as opposed to like through visuals and everything else, as opposed to like empathy with characters, which they do anyways, but just out of by default. But
yeah,
it's definitely worth seeing. Definitely need to see it in movies, in the theater. I mean,
yeah, I agree. Adam,
I'm
get
gonna
on that.
Try to get to see it this week.
Get on that. So Adam, what are you watching?
So the other day I got home from Comic-Con and I wanted to, put something on. And I saw Rogue One was on Netflix now. So I was like, maybe I'll just watch a couple scenes, and I ended up watching the whole thing. So that was awesome. My girlfriend's brother and his friends went to Comic-Con this weekend, and they stayed at my apartment, which was great. And no, they're all right. They were the entire time they were watching the show, and I didn't know what the hell it was. It was called Rick and Morty, and now I see it's on your list too.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's so funny.
Advertisements all over the city, and I'm like, what the fuck is Rick and Morty? Is this a kid's show? I don't know what the hell it is. And so they were telling me about it, and I was watching it, and I was dying. This show is really funny. It's that stupid animated Family Guy humor. It's got like the Back to the Future element with what are the fucking names? Marty McFly and
Doc Brown. Yeah.
And I didn't even realize, and then I started figuring out that what the mother and father and sister's role was in all of their interdimensional travel escapades.
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious, Sean. If you haven't seen this, it's pretty damn funny.
I was actually suggesting it to Sean today.
It's mindless. It's mindless.
Yeah.
But, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun show.
I think it's so well written. I think it's really funny. I think it's like it's mindless, but it's also like smart humor. Like you don't have to. It's like you can watch it and not have to like worry about plot or anything like that, like continuity or anything like that. But it's really well written. It's done by the people that did Community. It's really funny. And again, Adam, the same with you. Like I saw so many. Well, first of all, at Comic-Con there was a million booths selling Rick and Morty stuff. I've seen commercials for it. I've seen ads for it. There's like memes about it. I mean, it's crazy. It's like a phenomenon. So
100%
people love
Rotten
it.
Tomatoes.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Which season? Just in general, or
Looks like in general.
so there's 2 seasons out on Hulu right now that you can watch, and then there's the new season that's happening right now on Adult Swim. So everybody should check it out, and Sean, you should check it out.
It won't be long before it gets picked up by a network like Family Guy did.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely.
I don't know what Cartoon Network's parent affiliate is, but it won't be long until it's on that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But it's really funny.
Yeah.
Matt, you were talking about what they were trying.
The Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know about that, Adam? The McDonald's Szechuan. I can't say it. Szechuan. Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan.
So they went back in time to get that sauce because Rick liked it so much.
Yeah.
And they brought it back to the future, so they could have it. And then, in real life, the McDonald's Corporation sent the creators a gallon jug of it, and like basically saying that they're bringing it back eventually in McDonald's restaurants. And they put it on eBay and sold it for like thousands of dollars and gave it to charity. Who bought it?
Dead Mouse.
Did he really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
He just got married this weekend.
Dead Mouse interrupts his wedding weekend to buy Rick and Morty Szechuan.
Is that what he did? That's hilarious. I was just gonna say, I follow this kid who I've been following for a while on Instagram.
Yeah.
He started pretty small, but now he has like a YouTube channel. He's grown pretty big, and he got invited to Dead Mouse's wedding.
Wow.
And so he was like snapping and like shit like that from inside the wedding. It was pretty cool.
The only thing I've seen about this, Adam, is the fan theory behind Rick and Morty online, which I have seen, but I have not seen an episode, so I do need to catch up.
What fan theory?
You look it up; it'll explain it better than me, especially if you've seen that episode, or you might, if you haven't seen the episode, maybe it's better after you see it. But, or I'll send you an email. I'll send you a link to it, but it's pretty interesting.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Adam, what else are you watching? Or what are you reading?
So I literally said I'm finally caught up on all my comics and my regular books. So I started a new book called Annihilation, and it's about a team of women who one is a biologist, psychologist, and I forget what the other 2 are. I literally just started it today, and the reason I got this book is because it's turning into a movie that comes out. I think I don't really know. I want to say February. The director is Alex Garland, the same director as Ex Machina, and from what people have seen footage of it, people on movie websites and whatnot have seen footage of it, and they use the words mesmerizing. So I'm excited to watch that when it comes out, but I'm also excited to get a jump on it with this book.
Nice.
So, Matt, I see you got on here. You finished Gundam.
I did. I finished Gundam 00, which is the one I've been digging my way through for a few months now. I just haven't had the minute to time to sit down and actually finish it. But today I sat down and I watched 6 episodes and finished it. It was awesome, but I also didn't. I found out that I actually didn't finish it because there's also a movie that happens. There's 2 seasons and there's actually a movie that happens after the 2nd season. So I haven't watched that yet. But I also went online to see if I could buy it. And they do not sell it currently in America, so that's a problem. I need to find a way to watch this now because I'm dying to see what happens. So that sucks. So Rick and Morty as well. Obviously, we're all watching Thrones, right? We're all watching Game of Thrones. Another fucking wild episode. And I also watched this week, which was a big surprise. I sat down. What was I doing? I was doing something on, I want to say Friday or Saturday, and I just wanted to put a movie on in the background, like a background movie, and I threw on The Founder. It's about Ray Kroc and McDonald's and all that. And it's funny that we talked about McDonald's before, but
The
Founder, yeah, it's with Batman is the lead in it.
Batman, Michael Keaton,
and it's about Ray Kroc is not the founder of McDonald's, but he took it to the corporation it is today, made it what it is today, and it was awesome. It was so good. It reminded me of like The Social Network, like with like Mark Zuckerberg being absolutely like ruthless, like starting off, like how he kind of like was kind of like a snake in the grass for the Winklevoss twins, and it reminded me of this with like him and the McDonald's brothers who like actually started it, and he kind of just like, there's a famous quote in the trailer where they say there's a wolf in the hen house, and like that perfectly accurately describes Ray Kroc's rise to like, what he ends up being like at the end of his career. It was awesome.
Croc in the hen house.
Croc in the hen house. I absolutely recommend this to anybody that likes, really anything. If you like movies, like you'll like this movie.
Biopics,
Sean. I don't know what a biopic is.
I said biopic. Yeah. So that was even the third.
It's the third one. But it was awesome. And Michael Keaton shines, as usual. So that's what I was watching. So I think that's it for this week. You guys got anything else you want to add?
No, that about wrapped it up.
We're going to hop right into our movie club talk about Defiance. So we're going to check into that. But remember, love means never having to say you're sorry. We'll see you guys next week.